So if you're running a campaign with just one player, awesome. And they're playing a fighter, cool. What do you think would be a good class for a Dungeon Master NPC to keep alongside them as support? Something complementary would be good. I think one of the things that you're going to face in a solo game, um, well, it depends. It depends how you're going to run it, but like generally speaking, for quote unquote balance, healer's not bad, but I think you're going to more often than healing, because a fighter can also like end up being pretty beefy. They're usually going to have more of an armor class, higher constitution, lots of hit points. And really, like if you're running a solo game with a fighter like that and you end up with them being on death's door a lot, like just having, even if it was just another fighter, that's going to even the playing field enough most of the time that you really, it probably shouldn't be that risky. I agree that healing is good, but I think more important than the healing factor is going to be just any sort of magic factor, because a fighter is going to be really weak. It's not going to be able to do things like detecting magic. It's not going to do things, be able to do any sort of arcane stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that it has to be somebody super strong in magic. You don't want it to be out of balance. I would think this might even be a fun case for like a warlock type of thing, or even like a sorcerer, maybe. Granted, neither of those are necessarily geared towards healing, but my mind goes more to magic, I think. Magic emphasis. They're a new player, so you want to make sure that you can heal them and stuff. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, velocity and you, sir. That's definitely a good thought. Just I would say just like not anybody martial. Probably let them control that. Maged in this case, it's the DM has a player character. Um, there are lots of ways to do it, but when I ran a solo game for about a year with my wife, that's kind of how we both learned how to play. And this came out of the essential rules, like as a suggestion, where she had a character, her solo character, and then there was another character. We chose a barbarian because she was playing a wizard. So a barbarian dwarf became sort of her companion character. And I was the role play of that character, and in combat she controlled both characters. That was sort of the halfway balance. So she actually controlled two characters in any combat, which gave her a lot more options, um, made things a lot more interesting from a combat perspective. But also, she always had a companion. She always had somebody to bounce ideas off of. And yes, it was me, but I sort of just treated it as an NPC that was kind of along for the ride. Oh, that's cool, sir. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of solo play. It's one of those things that I want to explore more. Um, I think every game can have some via like prologues before the campaign starts proper. That's what I do with my campaigns.